Welcome back to Bishop's Garage. I'm Bishop. This is my garage, my yard, my tennis court, basketball court. Today we're going to be working on our 1958 Plymouth Suburban. We're going to go ahead and start trying to diagnose this even deeper. You saw maybe in the last one where we pulled the intake off, saw the cam. Now we're actually going to kind of get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to pull the heads. We're going to see what kind of a tail that the pistons tell us. And I'm going to suspect we've got a spun main bearing, but, well, let's see what happens with this, and let's go ahead and get to it. Show me. We're going to do a little bit of PB blaster on this thing first. Looking at some of these bolts, I can see that they are super rusty. Let me adjust this down a little bit farther. Yeah, so hopefully those bolts on this side of the exhaust manifold, they come out from underneath, hold the generator on. Hopefully that'll come off decently. Then I'm going to go ahead and PB blaster. There's 8 bolts holding on the exhaust manifolds on each side. Wow, sorry. All right, so we're going to put a lot of PB blaster on some of these bolts here. The exhaust manifolds, even on a good day, are super hard to get off. You can see the condition of these. They aren't rounded off, which is a shock. But you can tell it's going to be a challenge for sure. So I got 8 of those to take off. I've got these 2 over here to take off. Let's see, 1 there and 1 there that holds this generator bracket on. Flipping to the other side here. These should be pretty easy to get a hold of. There's one here, and then there's one just a couple inches below it. And that's the condition they're in at this point. All right, let's get to unbolting. Alright, well, likewise, that one wasn't all that bad. Well, shall we take a closer look at the generator? There it is. Looks a little gunky up inside the windings there. Something tells me that, well, besides it weighs 1,000 pounds, this may not work. May need a rebuild. Alright, so that was really the only bolt I needed to worry about. Should take that ground off. So that's the only other bolt I need to worry about than the manifold one. So let's try those out. Always put your bolts back, then you don't lose them, if possible. I may need to get a breaker bar in here. All right, so cylinder 2, that manifold bolt's coming off pretty easy. Not a lot of room to work here, so I'm gonna have to use a smaller wrench. Been pretty lucky so far. The exhaust manifold bolts are coming out. Get one of these, super handy. Stendo with a little magnet on the end. Good for picking up stuff. You can see the manifold coming off. Well, that's good. Phew. God, this, oh boy, that reeks. Smells like, yeah, it smells kind of like diesel and motor oil mixed together with poop. There we go. Oh, you're gonna like this. Let me show you this. Yeah. All right. Our manifold on this side has come off now. Look what that's filled with. Oh yeah. The other ports, they don't look too bad. Well, that's got me disappointed right there. Those don't feel very tight. Certainly not as tight as some head bolts that I've had in the past. I'm just going to loosen all of this up. All right, so I'm going to take off the 5 lower bolts first because they're harder to get to, and then these will be the last ones I'll take off. See if I can't get you in with a better view. All right. Nope. There's one head bolt. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. There's 10 of them. All right, so 9 left. Okay, I'm going to put you guys where you can watch this and see this first. Pretty oily too. This is going to be heavy. Okay, here we go. You ready? Oh God. Okay. All right, just drink that in. Just drink that in. Let me clean my gloves a little bit and I'll put you in there. Okay, head is off. Well, that is, oh, let's see, that is piston 7, which appears to be level with piston 5. Piston 3 is down a ways. That blue stuff is the Marvel Mister Oils just sitting there. And piston 1. Wow, piston 1 and 3 seem to be level with each other. Oh my God. That really shouldn't be. Wow. Okay, so there's our first clue that something is probably wrong with the crank. All right. Wow. Okay. Pretty telling on this side, really, when you're looking at it. Piston 7, 5, 3, and 1. the bores. Well, you know, there really isn't much of a lip there. Of course, there's a lot of particulate in that piston. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can kind of see. That's a good shot of the lip. I don't feel a lip at all. Of course, I am using rubber gloves. But I can tell that something catastrophic already happened. All right, let's take a look at the head itself now. Huh. Okay, so this here okay, so this here is piston 7, which was just full of crap. Looks like all of our valves are in place. Here's 5. Here's 3. There's 1. Wow, these are just awful inside. Well, I see them all intact. That's good. Well, they're intact. That's pretty telling. It's going to be a little tougher on me to actually pull the other side apart because I wasn't able to get one of the bolts undone on the manifold. So what I'm going to have to do up here. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut the exhaust pipe off and then pull the manifold and the head as one unit. That's a lot of weight. But, well, let's get it done. Yeah. Now there really is no lip. Wow. That is just awful. The piston's there. Okay. There, you can see it. It is now separated.